They are using an unproven technology that has only had positive results in the lab.
Tonight on DC News Now, is DC's rat crackdown working? We're following up on the birth control pilot program.
Much of the heavier downpours as it fizzled out. We are tracking, though, more rain chances into your Saturday. The latest timing coming up. Crews are back out there draining the reflecting pool yet again. The latest issues keeping visitors from enjoying the historic site.
And a new report alleging a plot to assassinate President Trump. Our reporter on the Hill breaks down what we know.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight for DC News Now at 9. I'm Chris Flanagan.
And I'm Susan Tran. The rat problem in the district is so pervasive. Families have been willing to try any and everything, including the city's efforts to give the rodents birth control.
And DC health leaders are testing out the program in Eastern Market and Adams Morgan. They've also launched a new dashboard showcasing all their attack plans. DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg joining us live tonight in Adams Morgan.
All right, Daniel, we all want to know, is putting the rats on the pill, is it working?
Well, we posed that question to DC Health, and they haven't responded to that exact question just yet. Now, if you talk with business owners, some of them say it's not working, while other people in the neighborhood say it may be, but everyone can agree on the fact that they don't want to see them around at all. Rats like to find food sources, and in Adams Morgan, there are plenty.
It has to do a lot with the trash, especially in the back. In the backside is disgusting.
Since April, DC Health has been using bait, tracking powder, and birth control in what it calls a data-driven rodent blitz.
I still see the rats and they're huge, starting to look like New York out here. You know what I'm saying? But it's gotten better, absolutely.
Some business owners disagree.
Whatever birth control they got going on is not working.
ANC Commissioner Josh Jacobson is testifying about his concerns Monday in front of the DC Council.
In those lab settings, the rats need to be eating that food for 50 days before they see an effect on fertility. And that's the food that they're eating constantly. And we don't know that these rats are actually eating that same food source over and over again.
The new rodent control dashboard shows this year more than 5,000 311 complaints have been made, though Jacobson says direct data from Open Data DC shows that number is actually more than 10,000.
Actually, I have not seen a lot of rats lately. No. Maybe it's working.
DC Health says they have a 99.99% resolution rate when reports are made. More than 9,800 burrows have been identified and treated across all 8 wards. The last stop for this pilot program will be in Chinatown starting this month. Next Wednesday and Thursday, DC Health is hosting its annual Rodent and Vector Academy, where they will have experts who can answer some questions about some of this data. We're live in Adams Morgan. Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
We want to go to school to get rid of the rat problem.
Not messing around, are they?
Yeah,
Definitely
yeah. We'll
not.
go to the university level if we have
Absolutely. All right, Chief Meteorologist Jackie Layers here. We saw Daniel's live report there. It was dry right now, but a little while ago, I mean, rain came through, even delayed the baseball game in Nats Park.
Yeah, it did delay it, and eventually it started at 8:45 this evening. Wow. But yes, thankfully we are drying things out, and that will continue through the overnight. We will have more rain and thunderstorm chances, though, out there tomorrow. Sunday, though, looks like the pick of the weekend if you're hoping for some drier conditions and also lower humidity. I know it's very humid out there right now. The radar, like I mentioned, it has calmed down compared to what we had earlier. If anything, we're just tracking some lingering showers out there across parts of Calvert and also southern Anne Arundel County there across parts of southern Maryland. But DC, we are drying out. We're also seeing a gradual clearing of those skies too. So that sunset wasn't too bad within the last hour or so. But temperatures right now, those are hovering in the 70s across much of the map. 74 in DC, 73 up towards Hagerstown, 78 down towards Fredericksburg. And yeah, those dew points are still elevated. We're still into those upper 60s to low 70s with dew points. Now, as we get towards tomorrow, there's that marginal risk for some stronger thunderstorms. Just keep that in mind, especially into the afternoon and evening. The excessive rainfall outlook still looking marginal as well. So continue to monitor how much rainfall we're going to be tracking out there for your Saturday and what you can expect for the rest of the weekend and that next work week coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Jackie, we'll see you then. All new tonight at 9, a search for the gunman who killed a man in the district. It happened in Anacostia off Marion Barry Avenue just before noontime. Police have not given any information about a suspect, but they are calling this an isolated shooting. Witnesses tell us they heard multiple shots and saw a masked man run from the scene.
My understanding is, in speaking with MPD, there's no threat to the community, that it was an isolated event, which is reassuring. We're not out looking for somebody actively that could be a danger to the community. Anytime there's a murder or a shooting in our area, it's concerning. We're in constant communication with MPD, trying to bring as much resources to the area to prevent these things.
Well, anyone with information is asked to get in touch with D.C. Police.
The man accused of shooting 2 National Guard members right near the White House last November has been hospitalized for refusing to eat. Ramala Lankenwal has been in custody awaiting trial, accused of ambushing the troops and killing Specialist Sarah Beckstrom and seriously injuring Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf. Prosecutors in court filings didn't elaborate on the circumstances of his refusal to eat, but did note that prison officials can involuntarily feed prisoners on a hunger strike to save their lives. A federal judge says that Lockenwall's health has deteriorated substantially, and he's since been admitted to GW Hospital.
In Virginia, state police say they've arrested a man for a road rage shooting. It happened at 8:30 this morning. Police say Christopher Chappelle was driving a van and aggressively following another car on eastbound on 64. Chappelle then allegedly pulled up alongside that vehicle and shot at it multiple times. An 18-year-old was driving that car. A 40-year-old passenger was hit by the gunfire. She was taken to the hospital. The driver was not hurt. Chappelle faces a slew of charges, including malicious wounding.
An alert for families in the district. There's a new curfew zone for this weekend. Police announcing large groups of kids. You will not be allowed to gather in the old RFK Stadium area, and it's the neighborhood you can see highlighted here on your screen. The restrictions start tomorrow night at 8, and they bleed right into the citywide curfew that goes until 6 in the morning. Maryland is moving forward with its traffic camera program, where you can be driving by one of those trailers there at the intersections throughout Hyattsville. Just make sure when you see one of these come to a complete stop. Well, anytime you see a stop sign. Police say for now, these cameras are not issuing tickets or warnings, but they will in the future. The city ordinance passed 2 years ago allows for 36 school zone areas to have one of these systems in place.
Well, developing now at 9, crews are once again draining the reflecting pool. It is the latest setback for the Trump administration's efforts to upgrade that historic site.
The president's original $2 million proposal has since ballooned to nearly $15 million to renovate it. But within days of reopening, it was covered in algae. Then the blue coating started to peel, which President Trump blames on vandalism. Now there are reports that crews need to clean up the debris from the massive fireworks show over the weekend. DC News Now's Dave Laval joining us live there from the reflecting pool.
All right, so Dave, good evening. What are visitors saying about that area that remains fenced off tonight?
Well, good evening to you, Chris and Susan. You know, more than 25 million people visit the reflecting pool and the National Mall every year, according to the U.S. Interior Department. But visitors say they're a bit disappointed they can't enjoy the pool like millions of others do.
It kind of makes me sad a little bit.
Nebraska's Lindsay Anderson stops by the reflecting pool while in the district for a national conference. It's her first visit to the nation's capital, but not what she expected.
So I think it's unfortunate that a lot of people are here in our nation's capital and we're here to see it and we can't really.
Crews started to drain the pool again Friday as they fixed the latest problems to plague the historic body of water, including allegations by the president of vandalism and parts of the new coating of the pool that began to peel. Fences also surround the pool again, which vanished shortly after its reopening back in early June.
A little disappointing.
Donald Stoops traveled from Chattanooga, Tennessee on his first visit to Washington. The Interior Department said draining the water had been the plan to take care of the cleaning and repairs, not what Stoops wants to hear.
I come all the way from Tennessee thinking I was going to be able to walk closer to the reflecting pond and pool, and unfortunately, this is the closest I'm going to get is right here up at the Lincoln Memorial. So.
And there is still no word on how long it will take to drain the water, complete the repairs, and how much they'll cost. We're live along the National Mall. Dave Laval, DC News Now.
Well, meanwhile, new details on a new report saying fewer DC restaurants are shutting down. A regional trade association saying restaurant closures have fallen 43% compared to last year. Restaurant leaders say labor costs had surged in recent years, making it real difficult for so many businesses to stay open. The Restaurant Association of Metropolitan Washington credits the DC Council's changes to Initiative 82, which slowed increases to the tipped minimum wage.
It's really been beneficial. I think it's a lot of predictability and stability in the market that we need when so many other factors are changing.
On July 1st, DC's minimum wage increased to $18.40 per hour, and the tipped minimum wage increased to $10.30 per hour. Well, Virginia's new law legalizing recreational pot may have inadvertently made it possible for anyone to sell marijuana.
Here's the thing. Critics argue that it is no longer illegal for someone underage to have weed, and they argue there is inconsistency or ambiguity on the distribution and possession portion of the law on when it would be repealed. So here's the thing. Some attorneys argue it's not clear if it's going to happen now or next July. So if it happens this year, that means there would be this gap until the new legislation takes effect next year. But a state commission says it has resolved any and all of that confusion, and the current law is going to stay in place until next July. One legal analyst, though, saying that while the code may be clear now, defense attorneys could still use the confusion to help their clients.
It's kind of like in baseball where the tie goes to the runner. If there's a confusion in the law as to how you should interpret it, the court is supposed to take that interpretation that most benefits the defendant.
Prosecutors say that the state commission's actions will eliminate any uncertainty.